because today is Scarlet Day, so I have to be out and on the road shortly, and it rained, so I'm sure the construction sites are going to be a mess. We shall see. All right, come on, Instagram, wake up. There we go. All right, good morning. Whoop, got to turn on my comments. There we go. Good morning, good morning. Welcome to your early morning intuitive guidance for this fine Friday. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, here with some words of wisdom to start your day off well. And yes, it rained, which was really good because all the yards were starting to look like it was August instead of June, which I don't mind not having to mow lawn. That works great for me, but it makes things very crispy and prone to fires. So we'll see if anybody's up at this hour. Yeah. But we'll do our thing. And if you don't catch me live, you can always watch it on replay on most of the basic platforms. Wild Offering Deck by Tosha Silver, one of my favorite decks. But let's start with some breath and some tapping. Get me all ready to hit the road and you all ready to live your Fridays, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Wiggling a little bit, seeing if there's popcorn in the neck. There is for me today. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. So we have a lovely card, but as always, I want to show you the back of the card as a reminder that you can always call on Ganesh, who is the overcomer of obstacles. Whenever you're stuck in a pickle, a sticky wicket, call on Ganesh. Our card for today speaks to that a little bit. Clarity. Clarity. And it says, let me trust my deepest instincts in all ways, especially when matters are unclear. That old saw of trust your gut, really good advice. May my own holy intuition always guide the way. And that initial gut sense, pay attention to that. Pay attention to that. Your head then wants to intervene. The little committee that sits there and chatters away like crazy. Well, that's, and we had that with the Tosha Silver card or the reading from Outrageous Openness the other day, where the woman went to a party, a Thanksgiving meal, and as soon as she walked in the door, her gut was like, oh, hell no. But she overrode it and sat down, and as the hostess got increasingly intoxicated, became a total energy vampire. And by the time this woman staggered out the door, she felt like she had been sucked dry. So clarity, when we're stuck in a circumstance where we're like, I don't know whether to do this or that. First thing I'd like you to notice there is you're only allowing yourself two options, this or that. Our brains have been wired to do that, to compartmentalize, to try to make things dichotomous, because when we only have two choices, we're less likely to get overwhelmed, we think. But oftentimes we then spin back and forth between the two. Monday, I'm going to do this. Tuesday, I'm going to do that. Wednesday, I'm back to this. And we don't easily make a decision. But we've been talking about ways to almost provoke yourself into making a good decision. One of which can be trying that 10-10-10 idea that came out of Chip and Dan Heath's book. And I think that was from Decisive. That makes sense that it was from Decisive. But I also read Switch. Both great books. Highly recommend. But the gist of the 10-10-10, and I used it twice yesterday with clients, and I think it was helpful. I think it was very helpful. When you look at your options, first of all, please try to generate more than two options. It can be the Superman's going to come in and fix it option, and then you have three. That works fine. Get as many options on the table as you can, even if you don't like them. Put them down anyway. They warrant being listed, okay? So let's say you end up with 5 options, 3 of which you hate, and you're still wedded to this or that, okay? That's fine. Then for each one, go through and do the 10-10-10. 10 minutes from now, how will you feel if you've made this particular decision? 10 months from now, how will you feel if you've made this particular decision? 10 years from now, how will you feel if you've made this particular decision? So for each potential decision, you're going to have 3 little chunks of commentary. 10 minutes, 10 months, 10 years. What occurred yesterday with one particular client was clarity that A, this decision wasn't as big a hairy deal, and B, once there was some distance from it looking back, it became pretty clear which was a good option. A good option. Doesn't always have to be the best option, fanfare and noise and whatever. Good morning to the 2 of you who are here. It can be just paying attention to how does my gut feel when I think about I've made this decision, now it's 10 years later, how do I feel about it? How do I feel about it? Oftentimes, one of those options will rise to the surface as, oh, yeah, when I get some distance from it, it's much easier to make a good choice. So try that little trick. See what happens. It could be as simple as you're standing at Baskin Robbins 31 flavors and you're considering all the flavors. It would take you a while to do the 10 10 10. But nonetheless, let's say you're down to 3 flavors and you do the 10 10 10. You might get your answer. You might get your answer. So our word for today is clarity. Clarity, clarity. Let me trust my deepest instincts in all ways, especially when matters are unclear. May my own holy intuition always guide the way. Because how many times have we said or had someone say to us, I knew better than to do that, but I did it anyway. Doing the 10 10 10 can help you see what it is that is your hook so you can prevent some of those traipses down those trails that don't necessarily serve us all that well. So mess around with clarity today. See what you get. Love to have some things in the feed. I know it's way early this morning. Well, and tomorrow is probably going to be even earlier. So I will do my best and we'll see what we get. And then Sunday, there may not be one, or it might be quite late, depending on when I get back home. So have an awesome day. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.